Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with what I think is another 100x gem for you guys. Personally, I'm diving into the Monad ecosystem. We saw the wealth effect that happened on Solana. Monad is a new L1. I think Monad has 100x potential, 10 to 100x potential, because if it's a brand new ecosystem, the technology is unmatched. Parallel EVM is unmatched. And it actually, it actually works, right? I tried it myself. You could use MetaMask, you could use Phantom Wallet, just like you do with Solana. And people would be like, why would you, dive into a new L1? Why would you use a new L1? Well, we saw the wealth effect that happened for the people that used Ethereum early. The people that believed in Solana in the depths of the bear market, they got into 100x, 1000x projects like Bonk, Dog with Hat, Popcat, Moodeng, Fartcoin, you name it, right? So the same wealth effect could potentially happen on Monad, and that's what I'll be doing on the channel, diving into, memes on the ecosystem, projects, NFTs, you name it, on Monad, hoping to create that wealth effect for, myself and for you guys, right? So this project we're going to be diving into is Emonad. And this is by people that were invested in an NFT project that was pretty successful in the last bull run, and it's still pushing through to this day. The Sappy Seals. So the Pudgy Penguins is like the number one NFT project, number one brand in crypto. The Sappy Seals are right up there as well, but they're more underrated, right? This is launched by one of the Sappy Seals investors in the community, and that means it has more chance of success because the rest of the Sappy Seals community like the meme. So pretty much it's a play on words, it's a pun, right? It's Monad, you put E in front of it, you got Emonad, right? You're emo, and the people on Monad calls themselves nads, right? So Emonad, right? Pretty funny, I like it. Nice pun, nice play on words, right? So it launched on nad.fun, just like Pump Fund Coins. It got on Kurodex. They have their own Twitter page as well. Pretty simple, straightforward website. And as you can see, they have the phrase or the slogan, "I lost it all on day one," right? A lot of people could relate to being wrecked in this space. You know what an emo is? Somebody's that's depressed, edgy, in a gothic kind of phase, listening to a lot of rock music. You know what emos are, right? So it's pretty much a play on that. I lost it all in day one, got the contract. They're making memes as well. They're updating the tweets. They got a lot of tweets happening. What is Emonad? Why is it on OpenSea front page, right? Strategic emo reserve. So nad.fun announced that they're going to be doing something for the memes on nad.fun that were launched there. So Emonad could be a part of that, right? And yeah, it's pretty straightforward, straight to the point. Meme coin here, pretty funny, right? I like what they're doing. As you can see right now, it's at 365k market cap, and it's starting to coil up. Right now, the market is in a bad spot, but it's at 365k market cap, and could potentially see 10x from here. 3.6 mil market cap. You could see a 30 mil market cap, right? As with Monad, bouncing back, starting to grow again. Right now, Monad, everybody's grave dancing Monad. Everybody wants Monad to fail. Right now, it's at 24 cents, right? So it's below the ICO price. But I still think the ecosystem will explode. I still think Monad has a great shot at creating that wealth effect, especially for the people that got burnt this year. This might be the, just like how Solana had that wealth effect and all these memes went to hundreds of millions of market cap and people got into multi-billion-dollar memes that, you could have invested $500 to $1,000 and made millions. Like, there are people that did that and kept their gains, right? They didn't round trip, they kept that. You saw it with Wiv, Popcat, Fartcoin, Moodeng. The list goes on and on. How many Solana memes and projects on Solana got to billions of market cap that did well, right? We could potentially see the same thing here with Monad, and I'm betting on that. right? So right now, I think you could just get 1 million tokens, $365. You don't have to, bet the bank. You don't have to go all in, buy 1% of the supply for $4,000. You don't have to do that. You could just get 1 million tokens and potentially, ride it up to potentially 30 million, 50 million, 100 million market cap. I think that's possible. I don't think that's crazy. And if you just want to be on the safe side, you get a few X's, take your profits, and leave in that moon bag to ride and see where it ends up, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty short video. I like the meme, so I'm bringing it to the channel. Let me get your thoughts if you hold. If you're new to Monad, new to the ecosystem, trying things out, testing. Like, this is how you build wealth in the space, man. You be early to new ecosystems that nobody cares about. Just like how nobody cared about Solana when it was $8 at the lows and its ecosystem. And then they got people that got into Bonk early. $1,000 in Bonk, right? Bonk went to like 3-4 billion market cap. 3-4 billion market cap. People put $1,000, $2,000 in Bonk and made 6 figures in like a few months. Less than a few months, right? This only happens with new ecosystems, or ecosystems that people don't believe in. They grave dance. They don't see a future for. And then all of a sudden, boom, everything on the ecosystem explodes. You have Emonad at 100 million. Everybody's like, what? How did that happen? Right? So yeah, I think, Monad has a big chance for success. Not giving up on it. We'll keep covering projects on Monad. And yeah, we're going to keep it pushing. Emonad to 100 mil market cap, man. That's the goal. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember, this isn't financial advice. Catch y'all in the next one.